This 3D parallax effect will grab your client's attention straight away, making it perfect for a hero banner. Once you've seen how to create it, there are infinite ways you can use it. Buckle up, this is a more advanced tutorial, but I'll step you through it. I'm Lauren from SquareKicker, let's do it. This is the image that I'm going to be using today, and the first step is to split it into different layers. Now, I have used Canva to do this. You can use whatever software works for you. Once I have my 3 layers, I'm going to upload them one by one. I'm going to put the background one as the background to my section. I have uploaded it here. There we go. And then the others are going to be blocks. I'm going to put the middle ground. So I've got, this is the background, then I've got the foreground, which is the 3 guys. And in the middle is what we'll call the lake, the midground. That's what I've called it on the file. All right, once I have it, I'm going to put it all the way. Whoops. Ooh, it's moving around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use fill. And then next thing is going to be adding my next block. Same thing here, I have uploaded it before. This is the lake foreground. And I'm also going to be dragging it across the whole section. There we go. And I'm going to also use fill. On this one though, I need to make sure that the center point is here. All right. So this is basically, we've recreated that initial image. Now, this is where it gets fun. We can now open SquareKicker. So on this first image, which is the 3 guys, the foreground, I'm going to open SquareKicker, go under Advanced and open Scroll Effects. Now let's have a little quick tip moment. We're going to be using the custom timeline. Now the custom timeline can be quite tricky to use. So I'm just going to set some basic notes to that. Right now, look at this triangle here. This triangle is showing me where the center of my block, so right now it's this image block, where the center of it is placed on my screen. So the center must be about here, and you can see that right now it's basically halfway. So this is my viewport. 0 here is the top of my viewport, or the top of my screen, and 100, you can see it go down here, is the bottom of my screen, or the bottom of my viewport. So if I was to apply, let's say, opacity, so I'm going to toggle it on here. By default it goes from 0%, so meaning that the entry, the moment where it enters the screen here, it will be 0% opacity. And then when it gets to here, in this middle area, it will be 100% opacity. And then as it goes down, it will go down to 0% once it reaches here. So you can see here, as I scroll down, how the opacity goes to 0% as I've reached this point. Now in this particular case, because I'm at the top section, I cannot scroll into that section. So you can see here my arrow can't ever really get before that. So whatever I apply on entry, basically between this point and that point, does not matter. In the same way that if I was to use some scrolling effects on this block in this footer, the same thing will be happening. So I'm going to use the custom timeline and do the opacity as well here. Same thing, 0% on entry and then 100% center and back to 0% on exit. You can see that as I'm entering here, the opacity is increasing as it's getting towards the middle, but I can't scroll further. So this will be as far as I'll be able to apply effects. So I can say, okay, well, this right here is where I want the center to be at 100%. It doesn't matter whatever I do after that. I can't see it on the screen. All right, this was just a quick note. So this will explain why I do what I do here. So if I go on scroll effects, there we go. I am going to open the custom timeline again, and I'm going to drag this point, which is where my animation will start, right after the arrow point, right after where the arrow is, remembering that whatever's here doesn't matter. So I'm going to ignore this. And what I want to set here is the vertical animation and also the scale animation. So we'll start with the vertical one. And I'm going to put this one at 0%, the same as the center one, just in case if someone has a screen that was different to mine, maybe their arrow, the middle point, might be a little bit earlier. So for safety, I like to place it also at 0%. And then now I get to say, once it gets here, how I want the image to move. So by default, it's going to minus 25%, and you can see what it does. It's climbing up. So right here, I actually wanted to go to, I think I had preset minus 8%. You can see here, you can see the layer underneath, but hold this for now, because what we're going to do next will hide that. So as I'm scrolling down, this layer is going a little bit up. Now I'm going to go to scale and toggle this on. I'm going to move this to 100%. And I want it to get bigger. Right now it's going really big, but I just wanted to go to 118. That's what I had figured looked quite good. So there we go. We've got this effect as we scroll, which starts giving it this 3D effect. Cool, we've done the first one. So now we're going to also apply some settings to the layer underneath that. I'm going to press apply, and we're going to go do the same thing. I'm going to use the layer tool here, which is really useful when we have blocks that are on top of each other that are hard to reach. I'm going to open SquareKicker, Advanced, Scroll Effects, and Custom Timeline, same thing here. I'm going to move this point right after the arrow, which will activate the animation straight away. And I'm going to also apply vertical. Same thing, good practice, going 0, 0. And here I'm going to go, I want it to go a little bit down, so it's going to go opposite direction to the foreground, which gives it this parallax effect that we are looking for. You can always go really, if I was to go really extreme, you can see what's happening here. I find with scrolling effects that less is more. Just subtle movements are great. So I'm going to go for 9 here. And moving to scale. And scale, we're just going to give it a little bit of a zoom, not as much. So the default here, you can see it's going to 150. I'm just going to go to, 110. There we go. We've got this effect coming together. It's looking great. Now, last thing I'm going to do is add a text block. And there we go. And it's going to be shifting plans. And I'm going to use, H3. And for now, actually, no, let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go, H2. Cool. So we're going to be playing with some layers here so that it looks like the text is coming from behind. So what I'm going to do, for now, this text block is right at the top. So it's on top of, I've got my background, my middle ground, the 3 guys, and then the text on top. And while I make the edits, I'm going to leave it like that. And then using the layers tool, I'll shift it underneath. So for this one, we want to go to scroll effects once again, custom timeline. We know how it works. And here I can apply different things rather than just scale and vertical. I'm actually going to play with horizontal this time. Same thing here. I go to 0%. And yeah, I do want it to go kind of towards the mountain so that it's going to basically, I want it to go hide as these layers are moving. I want the text to go hide underneath. So I'm getting it to shift towards the right, and I'm going to get it to, yeah, we'll use vertical, and I'll get it to go down a bit. So right now it's moving up, so I'm going to go the other way. There we go. That's cool. Can even go a little bit more drastic. And why not add a little scale to add to this 3D effect. Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to move this block behind. And as I scroll, you can see this text is going and hiding behind the mountain. And there we go. Here's a 3D parallax effect. I hope that was helpful and give you a few more insight into how scroll effect works and give you ideas on what can be done with it. Here are a few more tutorials that you can check out. Have a great day.